Super Bowl 60 is set, Seahawks versus Patriots, a rematch from just over a decade ago. When the playoffs started, plenty of people predicted this exact matchup for the Super Bowl. But what most people don't realize is just how unprecedented this game actually is. Because based on everything we knew before the season, this matchup was never supposed to happen. Every year, before the NFL season kicks off, sportsbooks release preseason Super Bowl odds. They're never perfect, but historically, they give a pretty accurate picture of which teams actually have a realistic shot to win it all. In most seasons, the eventual champion comes from near the top of these rankings. The last time a team outside the top 10 won the Super Bowl was the 2017 Philadelphia Eagles, which was a memorable Cinderella run. So when teams like the 2017 Eagles or 2007 Giants, who were afterthoughts in the preseason, win it all, it isn't just rare, it's historic. And that brings us to this year. Before the 2025 season even began, the Seattle Seahawks were ranked as the 19th most likely team to win the Super Bowl, and the New England Patriots were ranked 20th. Teams like the Cardinals, Commanders, and Vikings were all viewed as more likely contenders. In the last 25 years, we haven't seen a Super Bowl team this overlooked, let alone two of them in the same year. But somehow, this narrative is being forgotten this year. The Seattle Seahawks and New England Patriots were never supposed to come this far. If you told someone that this would be the Super Bowl matchup prior to the start of the season, they would probably think it was a historic playoff run from both teams. But what makes the season even crazier for the Seahawks and Patriots is that they dominated all year long. It wasn't like they just caught fire late like the Super Bowl winning Eagles and Giants. Instead, Seattle and New England were great from the moment the year started. So this year's Super Bowl matchup is truly one of one. Two teams who were overlooked in the preseason, having incredible seasons and making it to the big game. But how? How have these two teams made it this far? And why did no one see it coming in September? The Seahawks and Patriots have been defined by shutting down criticism, not just from before the season, but through the entire year as well. Don't get the wrong idea though. The majority of people, analysts, and fans alike, thought that the Patriots and Seahawks were solid all year long, but there was always an asterisk. People would say, the New England Patriots are great, but they're still 1 year away. The Seattle Seahawks are winning in the regular season, but they aren't experienced enough for the playoffs. And the Seahawks and Patriots are fun teams to watch, but their quarterbacks can't actually be trusted in big games. And despite the media saying things like this, these two teams shut all those narratives down. The New England Patriots are still being criticized right now, even after making it this far. And to be fair, their path to the Super Bowl wasn't incredibly difficult. But no one thought this team would make this drastic of an improvement in just 1 year. The team's uncertainty this whole year was centered around their inexperience and people doubting Drake May's ability in clutch moments. But both of these potential flaws were tested throughout the entire year, and the Patriots rose to the occasion. In a division with the Buffalo Bills and a conference with the Kansas City Chiefs, it seemed like there was no reason to pick New England over these teams preseason. But the Patriots simply had a better roster than both of these teams and had the quarterback and head coach to get it done. The signs were there for this team to be great all along. And quite frankly, a lot of people did expect this team to get a lot better. But the improvement they made was absolutely insane, and we didn't realize just how great this team was until the season kicked off. As for the Seattle Seahawks, why would anyone have picked them preseason over the Rams or Eagles? Why would anyone trust Sam Darnold in the postseason over Super Bowl winning quarterbacks like Matthew Stafford and Jalen Hurts? But the whole time, Seattle was led by a quarterback who truly is a franchise cornerstone. They had a defense that no one wanted to see in the playoffs, an elite wide receiver who took that next step, and an offensive line that kept Sam Darnold clean for a majority of the season. But with all that said about both of these teams, who really could have predicted this? Of course, no one expected JSN to come out and become the best receiver in the league. Of course, very few people thought Drake May would take this big of a step this early in his career. And even with these sudden improvements, no one thought that these inexperienced and young teams would put everything together so fast. The Patriots were in a rebuild and drafted their franchise QB just 2 years ago, but have already opened a new Super Bowl window. The Seahawks were stuck in mediocrity the last few years, but an offseason later, and they're the most electrifying team in the entire NFL. So there's definitely two ways to look at it. Sure, in some ways, the signs were there the entire time with the Patriots and Seahawks. They had the coaching staff, quarterbacks, and complete rosters to get the job done. But at the same time, there are some outcomes and factors you just can't predict, like the ascension of star players. So even if the signs were there from the start, there was no way of actually seeing it through until these teams proved themselves. And that's exactly what they did this year. So what do you guys think? What did you think of these teams before the regular season started? Did you see a world where the New England Patriots and Seattle Seahawks could not only win their divisions, but win multiple playoff games in a row? Let me know in the comment section below. But that's going to do it for this video. I'll have more videos coming out leading up to Super Bowl 60 and into the offseason as well. So subscribe to the channel to see more videos like this one and hit the like button if you enjoyed. Leave a comment down below about Super Bowl 60 and I'll see you all in the next video.